Close to the day yesterday, but like. The volume to this is on, by the way. Close to the day yesterday, but like.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven son. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching and participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phatts TV on this Tuesday night, December the 27th, 2022. I hope your Christmas was good. I hope Santa brought you all the gifts that you wanted. Joining me, as always, in the upper left-hand portion of the screen, deep in the heart of Center County, Pennsylvania, it is the one, the only, Brother Hezekiah. We're going to call him Brother Hezekiah because, like, before we went live, like, he was, like, faced, like, towards the camera and he bent his head down and it looked like his beard was, like, much longer than it looks now in the cameras, you know, in the shot that he's on now with the camera. So, all he needs is his Amish straw hat right now.
And black beard. I don't really have the black hair to match the Amish.
You do not, and I don't believe you have a horse and buggy parked outside in front of your barn, and I don't suppose you're lighting your residence by candlelight right about now.
That looks like a lamp, and that looks like a lamp too.
So that is the one, the only, the non-genetically proven son.
How would I even have a computer?
Yes.
You know?
So how's it going? How was your Christmas?
It was Christmas.
I saw the picture of all the food you made.
Yes. Took 4 hours to make all that.
Okay, but you didn't, like, cook for 4 hours.
No, the ham just kind of sat there. But in the picture, the cake wasn't done yet. It was still in the oven.
Oh, you had cake.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a white cake, and then when I went to take the yolk out, it went in, so I just screwed that.
So it turned into a yellow cake.
It turned into a yellow cake with cream cheese icing.
Okay. So, I know what to get you next year for Christmas, a yolk strainer. That'll be a nice, cheap Christmas gift next year.
There you go.
Probably find one of them at the dollar store.
And today at work, somebody brought in barbecue.
Oh.
Fresh pulled pork.
Wow.
Made mac and cheese there. Brownies.
Wow.
Cornbread. Some sort of like cowboy coleslaw. I don't know what you called it.
Okay.
Oh, it was just a bunch of food. I was like, all right.
Hey, cool. That's nothing wrong with that.
Now that I think about it, my lunch is still sitting in the fridge.
Oh, well, now you got lunch for tomorrow.
Well, I'm not going to remember that it's there, so I'm going to have double lunch.
Well, you write a note.
Efforts.
I'm going to assume even the Amish have a pad and pencil.
I don't know. I don't know if they have paper.
I'm going to assume that they do. So anyway, I hope your Christmas was equally as enjoyable as the non-genetically proven son. Me, I watched football. Some very boring football.
What was your dinner on Christmas?
Seriously? You seriously want to know what I ate on Christmas?
Probably leftovers, but...
I had some fried dough in the morning.
Yeah?
And I shit you not, for the rest of the day, chocolate-covered pretzels.
See, she got me chocolate covered pretzels, but they're not logs. Like, there's not actual pieces of pretzel in them.
They don't make.
Like, it's just like salt.
Yeah, they don't make logs anymore.
Well, they weren't actual pretzel pieces. I wanted pretzel pieces. Like, it's just really thick chocolate. Like, you have to bite it down just to get it. Because it probably doesn't help it's cold in my apartment.
That would not help.
It usually stays about 60 degrees in here.
So, are you talking about the long pretzel rods?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave me some of them too.
I didn't get any of those. I just got the little snowmen.
Oh.
Or the Santa.
Oh. Well, you'll have to tell Crazy Aunt Roz next year you want chocolate-covered pretzels too. Instead of other chocolate.
I mean, Gertrude Hawkins chocolate is delicious.
Gertrude Hawkins chocolate is delicious. Highly recommended. It is the, what's the word? We fully endorse Gertrude Hawkins chocolate here on Phatts TV. So, it's good to see that you survived the cold weather.
I did have to turn on the heat in the house.
You did have to. I did not.
It got very cold in here that morning. It was probably below 50 in the house. So I turned the heat on to 70. Got probably somewhere around 62, 63. I'm not looking forward to my electric bill.
Oh, so you had the heat on for a day or two.
Oh, it's still on.
Well, you should probably turn it off now. It's warm.
Yeah,
I could tell you in my living room. It was the same when I got home Saturday night as it was Sunday morning. 43.
43. Jeez.
And yes, the pipes at the sink were frozen because they always freeze in cold, windy weather because my sink faces west, right up along the wall to the house. So whenever it gets cold and windy, they freeze. Yes.
I did not have that problem.
I'm happy for you. Very, very, very happy for you. So this will be our third installment talking about the Twitter files. If you haven't joined us before and you need catching up, not mustarding up, ketchuping up, part 1 and 2 were about how conservative voices were basically blacklisted off of Twitter. Twitter Files 3, 4, 5 were the events that led up to former President Trump being expelled off of Twitter. And let me just say, thank God that Elon Musk actually bought Twitter. Because, you know, all these conspiracy theories, and even Elon said it, all these conspiracy theories that were floating around about Twitter turned out to be true. And in fact, it's even worse than what people were saying. I mean, they're up to, I believe, Twitter file either 8 or 9 now.
So if Twitter's getting away with all this, imagine what Google's doing.
Exactly.
Or even worse, the U.S. government.
Well, so we're going to talk about Twitter file number 6 tonight, how the FBI was basically in bed with Twitter. And that's horrible to say. That's horrible to think. I mean, yes, I could understand that the FBI would have, communication with Twitter if we're dealing with potential terrorist activity. That would make sense.
Well, they don't care about the Iranian dude, though.
No.
You know.
But when people are getting blacklisted because they have different opinions on certain subjects that are different from the official opinion of the government, and the FBI is getting involved in that stuff? Huh. There's a word for that. Yeah. There's a word for that. Wonder what that word is, though.
I don't know.
Conservatives are called this a lot. Begins with an F. Fascism.
I was thinking fucktards.
Fucktards. Okay, then. Alrighty.
Have you never been called that?
Of course I have.
Exactly.
Alright, so we're going to go to my official Twitter page.
Did you
Phatts
get unblocked
TV.
yet? Or unbanned?
Not my original one. Last time I checked, I was still banned. So, the Twitter Files Part 6. Twitter, the FBI subsidiary. Twitter's contact with the FBI was constant and pervasive as if it were a subsidiary. Between January 2020, wonder what happened in January 2020, and November 2022, there were over 150 emails between the FBI and former Twitter Trust and Safety Chief Yoel Roth. Boy, where have we heard that name?
Maybe in every other Twitter file.
Yes. Some were mundane, like San Francisco agent Elvis Chan. More interesting names. What was the last name we were talking about last Tuesday?
Pickles.
Pickles! Mr. Pickles! Thank you for remembering that. Mr. Pickles! So, can you imagine? Alright. So, you're Asian.
Yeah.
Alright? I'm just gonna stop right here and get in trouble like I always do.
Let's not offend the person in the other room.
She's not Asian. But I don't care. So you're Asian, your last name is Chan. Nothing wrong with that. And your parents name you Elvis.
Yeah.
Does he sing?
No.
Does he have a special way of talking? Does he wear blue suede shoes? Some are mundane, like, of course, and he lives in, of course he works out of San Francisco. San Francisco agent Elvis Chan wishing Roth a happy new year, along with a reminder to attend our quarterly call next week. Others are requests for information into Twitter users related to active investigations. Nothing wrong with that. But surprisingly, a high number are requests by the FBI for Twitter to take action on election misinformation, even involving joke tweets from low follower accounts. Oh, geez, kind of like mine, I guess. The FBI social media focused task force, known as Phatts, created in wake of the 2016 election, swelled to 80 agents. So we, the taxpayers of the United States, are paying for 80 FBI agents to counteract election misinformation. 80 agents. Think about that. Swelled to 80 agents and corresponded with Twitter to identify alleged foreign influence and election tampering of all kinds. Federal intelligence and law enforcement reach into Twitter included the Department of Homeland Security, which partnered with security contractors and think tanks to pressure Twitter to moderate content. It's no secret that government analyzes bulk data of all sorts of purposes, everything from tracking terror suspects to making economic forecasts. I'm sure they track my activity. The Twitter files show something new. Agencies like the FBI and Department of Homeland Security regularly sending social media content to Twitter through multiple entry points pre-flagged for moderation. What stands out is the sheer quantity of reports from the government. Some are aggregated from public hotlines. FBI El Paso. Election day protocol for FBI headquarters is to stand up a national election command post, which provides a centralized location for assessing election-related threats. Status reports and complaints are tracked. Have a tip. Blah, 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 blah. Unanswered question. Do agencies like the FBI and DHS, Department of Homeland Security, do in-house flagging work themselves, or do they farm it out? You have to prove to me that inside the fucking government, you could do any kind of massive data or AI search, says one former intelligence officer. For example, hello, Twitter contacts. The master canine quality of the FBI's relationship to Twitter comes through in this November 2022 email, in which FBI San Francisco is notifying you it wants action on 4 accounts. Hello, Twitter contacts. FBI San Francisco is notifying you the below accounts which may potentially constitute violations of Twitter's terms and service for any action or inaction deemed appropriate within Twitter policy. They list the 4 accounts here. So, let's put us back up on the page for a second. Why is it the FBI's job to notify Twitter that there could be accounts that are in violation of Twitter's term of service?
I don't know.
Think about that for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of scary. Kind of scary when the government gets involved in that stuff. Is it any surprise that accounts like mine were banned for no reason? Remember, for those of you that have been here since the beginning, the reason I was given was content manipulation. They could never tell me what I did to have content manipulation, or what that even meant. That's our government for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't sound like a free government to me. Twitter personnel in that case went on to look for reasons to suspend all 4 accounts, including Frama, whose tweets were almost all jokes. See sample below. So, a Twitter account just making jokes gets suspended because the FBI says they should be suspended. Since when does the FBI have the right to curtail somebody's free speech? It's a content making jokes. Again, if the content was a signal to launch a terrorist attack, completely understand. That's national security. That I'm completely for it. But if you're cracking jokes on Twitter, you know, a Jew, a Polak, and the Pope went into a bar. Oh, gotta suspend them. They're making a joke. Put us back up on the site.
You could have done such a better trio. Like, there's, instead of, what was the last one you said?
The Pope.
Yeah, you could have definitely done anything better. There are definitely better options.
A rabbi, a cleric, and the Pope. There, is that better?
No.
Okay.
A Jew, a Polak, and a Frenchman.
Up! Ban them! They're making jokes. But that's our government for you right now. Oh, so yes. So here's the joke that was made. Americans, vote today. Democrats, you vote Wednesday, November 9th. Oh, yeah. We're going to take that account down for that. Boy, I believe I've said such things. Maybe that is why my account was taken down.
True.
Ay, 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 ay. Anyone who cannot discern obvious satire from reality has no place making decisions for others or working for the feds. Of the 6 accounts mentioned in the previous 2 emails, all but 2 were suspended. An internal email from November the 5th, 2022, the FBI's National Election Command Post, the FBI's National Election Command Post. Let that sink in for a second. The FBI's National Election Command Post, which compiles and sends on complaints sent the San Francisco field office a long list of accounts that may warrant additional action. That's that's 25 names. 25 names.
That'd be cool if we saw your name on there.
That would be pretty cool. If you saw Phatts TV on here, that would be cool.
Dr. Andrew Jackson.
Huh. Interesting. Wow, look at this. RSBN Network. You know that one. Right Side Broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only one that I recognize.
You don't recognize Trump 20178477791?
No. It sounds like 8675309.
There you go.
Agent Chan, Elvis has entered the building. Wonder if they call him. I want to meet him. I want to call him Agent Elvis. You think that would be better if that was his last name was Pickles? Agent Elvis Pickles. Agent Chan passed this list on to the Twitter folks. Special Agent in Charge, FBI San Francisco Cyber Branch. Oh my fucking Lord.
He, him, his.
He put his fucking pronouns. An official email from the FBI. You see this? See this? Can you see my cursor on the screen or not? An official email from the FBI in his signature. Elvis Chan has his pronouns. Fuck you, Elvis Chan. Go fuck yourself. You don't put your fucking pronouns in a... This fucking country is unreal. I tell you what. This, now I'm really pissed. I was making fun of this before. Now I'm fucking pissed. You don't put your fucking pronouns in an official email from the FBI, you fucking cunt lapper. I'm gonna email Elvis Chan.
Cunt lapper.
I am going to find out Elvis Chan's email address, and I'm going to email Elvis Chan.
Probably Chan at FBI.gov.
Well, we know it's at FBI.gov. So I don't know if
go.
it's Elvis.Chan. Yeah, fucking pronoun. Ugh. Twitter then replied with a list of actions taken. Note, mercy shown to actor Billy Baldwin. Thank you for your patience as our team assessed the accounts that you flagged. We've completed our review and taken the following actions on some of the accounts. Permanently suspended for policy violations. Oh, look. Platform manipulation. Same thing I got banned for. Whatever that means. So permanent bans, temporary bans, and had tweets bounced for civic misinformation. So I don't see right side broadcasting in there.
No, I don't either.
In regards to your question about preservation letter. It's a good way to ensure that the data hasn't been purged from our systems before legal process, if filed and processed. Externally, the contact for submitting those is the same. Thank you, Patrick. Patrick doesn't put his pronouns in his email. I can't believe fucking an FBI agent in an official email from the FBI put his pronouns. That's what this country is coming to, ladies and gentlemen. Putting us back on the screen for a second. That's like like you people watching this show. Like seriously, what do you think of an like? Does it bother you the way it bothers me? Like maybe it's just me. Does it bother you that an official email from the FBI, the cunt lapper is putting his pronouns? Seriously? I'm going to tell you what, Elvis. I'm sure you were born with a fucking penis. I'm only going to guess that. You're Asian, so it's probably small. Just saying. Usually how it is. Just saying. Big brain, small penis. That's how it usually is with you Asians. Go ahead. Suspend me, FBI. I know. You're listening. I know you watch the show. You were born with a penis. You are a guy. Period. If you want to call yourself a girl, go for it. You want to have a sex change operation, you're above 18, fucking go for it. You don't put your fucking pronouns in a goddamn email. I'm going to post that all over the place.
It's better than if his pronouns were they, them.
Unfucking real. It's like, many of the above accounts were satirical, like satire in nature. Nearly all, with the exception of Baldwin and RSBN Network, relatively low engagement, and some were suspended, most with generic thanks Twitter letter. Hello, writing to let you know that we have reviewed your appeal and your account features will remain locked or limited for the allotted time or pending completion of the assigned tasks due to blah, 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 blah. Mine basically just said, fuck you, your account is permanently suspended. You cannot appeal, is basically what it said. When told of the FBI flagging, Lexi Tola replied, my thoughts initially include one, seems like prima facie First Amendment violation. Holy cow, me, an account with the reach of an amoeba 3. Oh, with the, I sound like Joe Biden. with the reach of an amoeba 3, what else are they looking at? I can't believe the FBI is policing jokes on Twitter. That's crazy, said Tiberius 444. In a letter to former Deputy General Counsel and former top FBI lawyer Jim Baker, we've heard his name quite often, and in Twitter files, especially, I believe it's 8, we're really going to hear his name, but we'll get to that next Tuesday. Legal executive Stacia Stacia? Okay. Cardio outlines results from her soon-to-be weekly meetings with DHS, DOJ, FBI, and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We're not gonna read all of that. Accounts that are telling jokes, ladies and gentlemen. The Twitter exec writes, she explicitly asked if there were impediments to the sharing of classified information with industry. The answer, FBI was adamant no impediments to sharing exist. This passage underscores the unique one big happy family vibe between Twitter and the FBI. With what other firm would the FBI blithely, agree to no impediments to classified information? Interesting. The bottom of that letter, she lists a series of escalations apparently raised at the meeting, which were already handled. About one, she writes, flagged a specific tweet on Illinois' use of modems to transmit election results in possible violation of the civic integrity policy. except they do use that tech in limited circumstances. Another internal letter from January 2021 shows Twitter execs processing an FBI list of possible violative content. Here, too, most tweets contain the same "get out there and vote Wednesday" trope and had low engagement. This is what the FBI spends its time on. So yes, people joking around on Twitter saying Republicans vote on Tuesday, Democrats vote on Wednesday. The FBI is now investigating those tweets. This is what our tax dollars are going to. You know, at that time, I do believe child pornography was running rampant on Twitter. But let's let the FBI look at, people who are saying, Democrats vote on a Wednesday. No wonder why Bill Clinton was president. In this March 2021 email, an FBI liaison thanks a senior Twitter exec for the chance to speak to you and the team, then delivers a packet of products.
Boring.
Now I got to go into this to get to 32. The executive circulates the products, which are really DHS bulletins stressing the need for greater collaboration between law enforcement and private sector partners. Let's read that again. DHS bulletin stressing the need for greater collaboration between law enforcement and private sector partners. So in other words, law enforcement wants to watch every move you fucking make. Every move. Every move. By the way, when I woke up this morning,
yeah,
there was an alert on my phone. Not an alert, a notification on my phone. You are going to love this. This is interesting. So, on Christmas Eve, every Christmas Eve, we go up to my sister's house, the non-genetically proven son's aunt. For a while, we go over my brother's house.
Right.
So, I had a notification today from Twitter. Highlights of your trip on December 24th. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Did I say Twitter? I'm talking about Twitter. So, there was a notification on my phone. Highlights of your trip on December 24th.
Interesting.
It told me what time I left the house. I met the non-genetically proven son at a rest stop. It told me what rest stop I was at and told me the time I arrived and the time I left. It told me the time I reached my first destination. It told me what time I left and went to my second destination. It told me what time I left and went back to my first destination. It told me what time I left there, and it told me I stopped at a gas station. And told me the time I got there. And then it told me what time I returned home.
That's creepy.
Think about that for a moment. Think about how scary that is. Yes, I know. On my phone, I have the maps thing or whatever, the location turned on. But think about that. I got a notification that told me the exact time I was at a rest stop. It told me the exact time I pulled into this rest stop and what time I left this rest stop.
Hey, if the government ever needs to find you, they will be able to find you.
It told me the exact address that I went to. which they got wrong, by the way.
Ugh.
They were close, though. It was the address in front where I parked my car.
Wow.
But it wasn't the address of the house I went into. It told me what gas station I went to. It had the name of the gas station.
Jeez.
That's scary. That is scary. The government knows every step you take. And they have no reason to know. You are under 99.9999999% of us are under no suspicion of anything illegal activity by the government, but yet they know every step you take. I'm shocked they didn't know what stall I took a crap in. Oh, by the way, at 9:37 in the morning, you went into stall number 3. Your bowel movement weighed 522 grams. You used 13 sheets of toilet tissue to wipe your ass. You used 2 pumps of soap to wash your hands. You used hot water. You had your hands under the electric hand dryer for 26.6 seconds.
You know who the government doesn't know what they're doing? The Amish. They don't have technology, so they have no idea what they're doing.
Oh, we could get into a story about that.
Ugh.
How the federal government soon sued a farmer for selling product. They ended up losing that suit just recently. They originally won it, and then the farmer appealed. They fined him $300,000, and the farmer appealed.
Jeez.
Yeah, the Food and Drug Administration, sued the farmer.
Because they need money.
Yes. Scary, scary stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Scary stuff. No comments on it, though. Nobody comments on it. Shocker.
I'm surprised I didn't tell you exactly where you were going, like what speed you were going, like the whole time. Like a line.
Yes.
Like we're going 73 here, 74
Yes,
here.
from mile marker 136.9 to 137.4, you were doing 2.6 miles above the speed limit. We will be sending you a $135,000 fine.
$135,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say $135,000 fine, but that's a little too excessive to say. The ubiquity of the 2016 Russian interference story as stated pretext for building out the censorship machine can't be overstated. It's analogous to how 9/11 inspired the expansion of the security state, which is absolutely true. One of the worst pieces of legislation that has ever been signed this century was the fucking Patriot Act, which everybody supported because, we needed to be safe. Yeah. While the DHS and its products pans permissive social media for offering operational advantages to Russians, it also explains that domestic violent extremist threat requires addressing information gaps. FBI in one case sent over so many possible violative content reports, Twitter personnel congratulated each other in Slack for the monumental undertaking of reviewing them. There were multiple points of entry into Twitter for government-flagged reports. This letter from Elvis to Roth references Teleporter, a platform which Twitter could receive reports from the FBI. Oh, interesting. He doesn't have his pronouns in this one.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that's in 2020. Pronouns weren't that big yet, apparently.
They didn't exist.
So he changed his signature between 2020 and 2022.
How cute.
Yeah. Reports also came from different agencies. Here, an employee recommends bouncing content based on evidence from DHS. State governments also flag content. Twitter, for instance, received reports via the Partner Support Portal, an outlet created by the Center for Internet Security, a partner organization to the DHS. Why was no action taken? Below, Twitter execs receiving an alert from California officials by way of our Partner Support Portal debate whether an act on a Trump tweet. Oh, of course. Trump tweets, October 13, 2020. California hired a pure Sleepy Joe Democrat firm to count and harvest votes. No way Republicans get a fair shake. Well, it's not like Republicans are going to win in California anyway. Lawyers get started. California is in big trouble. Vote Trump and watch the greatest comeback of them all. Also, New York and Illinois, go for it. So then, of course, you know, the state gets involved. Blah, 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 blah. Ban Trump, blah, 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 blah. COVID, blah, 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 blah. Go fuck yourself, California. A video was reported by Election Integrity Project at Stanford, apparently on the strength of information from the Center for Internet Security. If that's confusing, it's because the CIS, whatever that is a DHS contractor, describes itself as partners with the Cyber and Internet Security Agency at the DHS. The takeaway, what most people think of as a deep state is really a tangled collaboration of state agencies, private contractors, and sometimes state-funded NGOs. The lines become so blurred as to be meaningless. Twitter files, number 6. FBI is watching you.
But we knew that.
You tell a joke, you get banned. The FBI wants you banned. It's not bad enough that Twitter just bans you. The FBI. Oh, you told a joke. Gotta ban you. So says the FBI. The FBI.
We knew the FBI listens to, or, you know, sees everything you type, say into your phone. Everything. We knew they did that.
Yes.
Whether they, you know, ever actually looked at it was zero.
Yes.
I don't think the FBI cares when I'm texting you on Facebook Messenger. They're not looking at that, but they could if they want to. They're saving every phone call you ever make. Whether they actually listen to it, it's pretty much zero. But they have it. And we knew that.
Yep. They have it.
They have millions upon millions of whatever is above a terabyte of storage. It's probably, you know, thousands of cubic miles underground that we don't know about.
It's in Colorado. No, it's in Utah. It's under the Rocky Mountains somewhere.
It's this big, you know, square mile thing of just data storage.
Yeah. It's, like I said, it's either in Colorado or Utah. I forget what state.
And I'm sure you can find stuff in there if you were ever able to go there from the 1980s of phone calls. They had it.
You know, 1980s, when you pick up the phone, it had to go...
I'm sure they had it. If the technology was there to save it, and I feel like it was more viable then than it is now, because everything ran through one spot. You had to go through the lines. Now everything's wireless. At least it's a little different, but they still tap everything.
Yeah, I remember back in the 80s dialing 1-800-555-1212. That was information. You get a person's phone number.
Information.
What city, please? Would be the first question they would ask you.
Was it an actual person?
Yes. It was a live voice.
So somebody's job was actually to connect you to somebody.
Well, back then they would give you the phone number, be a recorded voice, and then they would say for 25 cents they will connect your phone call.
So how do you pay that? Are you just get a
It was
bill?
normally at a payphone.
Oh.
You know, something that you don't know of.
I understand what a payphone is. You don't really need them anymore. You can get a
No.
cell phone for $10 now. If you need a track phone.
And then if you were making a long distance call, like you would put in money, and then like after your time was up, it would say, "Please add another 35 cents for another 2 minutes." And if you didn't add the money within 30 seconds, you got disconnected. That's how it was back then.
And I can still just go and call somebody in Malaysia right
Hey,
now.
I remember having to go to the mall and paying 10 cents to get into the bathroom.
What? Charge and take a piss.
Well, if you didn't have any money, you waited for somebody to come out of the bathroom.
I did that in a game, and you said I was crude for that. I remember that. You said that was messed up to charge somebody $1 to use the bathroom.
Yeah, of course. All right, so that was Twitter file number 6. We will hold Twitter file number 7 till next week, because that's when we start getting into Hunter Biden and the laptop story.
Good old Hunter Biden.
Good old Hunter. And what the big guy really knows.
The big guy.
The big guy. The big guy.
The big guy.
The big guy. So what's going to come up on? Well, first off, when are we doing a show? Do you have anything Friday, or can we do a Friday show? Or
Right.
because I believe hockey plays a game Saturday, is it? If you're going, I mean, you'll have to miss part of college football, so you're probably not going to go.
No. No, we're going to talk about the playoffs
Obviously.
and the actual, some bowl games I actually watch.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go through week 17 of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Preview the next Friday. We're going to pick. I'll redo this next week. Next Tuesday, I'll re-mention this. We're going to pick every game on week 18 straight up.
Straight up. Not against the spread. Straight up.
No, straight up.
Our Fats Fantastic 5 will still be against the spread, though.
Yes. And the winner will get an advantage in our yearly playoff picker game.
So, in other words, whoever wins gets to decide if they want the first pick or the next 2 picks in our...
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Because we figured that would be the best way to maybe make some competition out of it. Because I know somebody likes one team since, week -3. And they're, almost a shoo-in to be in one of the title games. Like,
Maybe.
Yeah,
Never
they're
know.
almost a shoo-in.
You never know.
13, Indy did blow a 33-point lead. And Atlanta blew a 28-point lead. Matt Ryan has 2 of the worst blown leads in the history of the NFL.
Yes, he has the largest regular season and largest playoff. Yes.
He should just retire.
Or largest Super Bowl, not largest playoff. Largest
He should
Super
just
Bowl.
retire.
Soon enough. Soon enough.
And other than that, there's not a whole lot going on.
No.
The hockey's in the middle of the season. We don't really care about baseball. Screw basketball. It's not March Madness yet. It's the only time we ever talk about basketball is when it comes to March Madness.
Pretty much. Or, come conference tournament time.
Other than that, it might actually. I'm gonna say it would be a short show, but it'll still be an hour.
Probably. Or close to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I forgot. We'll delve into Penn State, the Rose Bowl.
Well, yeah, of course.
So we'll have something to talk about that'll take a little longer.
Okay.
So we'll probably go, force predictions in the Rose Bowl. Pick a score line. See who's playing and not playing in that game. And why that doesn't matter.
It's true. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for tonight. We thank you for joining us. We still managed to go 50 minutes.
Yeah, look at that.
So until Friday, have a safe, happy, healthy week. Say hello to Elvis if you're run by him. Or Mr. Pickles.
Mr. Pickles!
We'll see you Friday. Wave goodbye. See ya.